Blachyl. They can't take my soul like Billie Holiday. You never took me, traumatized and overlooked me. Keep on breathing, that's the motto. What it costs though with my idols, but I realize that tomorrow is today. Yeah. Peer pressure back this into it.
Rolling with the homies.
Rolling with the homies.
Okay. All right. We
I mean,
getting the energy right.
getting it right and tight. It was already right, but you know,
Yes.
gotta enhance it just a little bit.
Well, we are here in East Austin, Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm with the amazing, talented Blakchyl.
Hey.
And we're here for an exclusive interview. Let me just introduce myself real quick. My name is FumFumKO. I'm a filmmaker and editor. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I live in Los Angeles. Introduce yourself.
And I go by the name of Blacchyl.
Slide over on a midnight, yeah.
Up before noon, no need to kill time. Over to the fact you ran across mine. New chapter in your life, we're gonna see you shine. If we cross path, it was due and divine. Don't fall for the pretty, you talking to the wise. Charming like my daddy, but I got my mama's eyes. Connected on a level, we peep each other. 2018 was a whole nother.
From Austin, Texas. Staying in Austin, Texas right now. I'm an artist, screen printer, writer, sometimes director. You know,
Did you say actor?
actor. You know, gotta have that. So,
Everything. The talent here is like wild. Between us two, the talent's like.
yeah, I was just about to be like, yo, don't forget yourself, but
Man,
Fool's already ahead of the game.
so I haven't seen you in a while, so
Uh-huh.
it's nice to be, with you again and talking about art and projects. And you've been busy these past couple of years. You've been dropping like album after album, singles and everything. And I'm so excited to talk to you about your new project coming out on your birthday, January 27th, The Age of the Aquarius. The album is
Yes.
called Broken Communication from the Outer Rim.
Yes.
So
I know that's long as shit.
it's cool though, and when you listen to the album, because I got an exclusive listen, it sounds like the title. Like, and it gives me a very like intergalactic vibe as well. So it's really beautiful, and I get a lot. The production is amazing. I hear like some like lo-fi, like a lo-fi vibe in there. I hear a little bit of, I don't know, I think of Erykah Badu and Bilal. Is that how you say his name?
Okay.
Is it Bilal?
I'll be saying Bilal,
Oh yeah, I was too, but I was like, dang, I don't know if I'm saying it right. But
but yeah,
I guess
y'all
before,
know.
I guess I have so many questions. Like I want you to talk about your album. Yeah, let's just get into talking about the album, then we can just talk about life too.
Okay. So, yeah, I started writing this album like maybe like real close to like end of 2019. And then I feel like we really started like March 2020. Maybe even a little bit before that, but like around that time, me and David, he's the lead singer of HYAH, and also plays like everything, like Prince,
Wow.
vibes, you know. So at first, I just wanted to do like a mixtape vibe. I was just like, yeah, let's just, you know, make some joints and release them, which is kind of what we was doing. And then we was like collabing with each other during our shows and shit. Like if I had a show, like the band would show up, come through for me. If they had a show, I would just do like a couple of verses, MC a little bit. But yeah, we kind of just kept adding songs like throughout COVID. And I feel like we was just not only just dealing with heartbreak, but just the pandemic itself, just like everything in the world shut down. I kind of was only seeing him probably to just go record. And,
David?
Yeah, and hang out. I hung out with some people around that time still, but it was very like distant. So yeah, just kind of we kept adding shit throughout 2020 through 2021, just like adding features, adding sounds, adding verses, taking out stuff, adding skits. So I feel like it's very like, yeah, my collabs is just like the artists that I really fuck with, kind of talk to, kind of on a day-to-day. A few I don't, but like most of them, you know, I talk to a lot.
I was gonna say it's a very collaborative project. It's really beautiful, and I'm hearing like different people rapping. I'm hearing different like layered singing. So different vocalists, and it's just really nice to hear all of these like really creative people. And then the production is really amazing as well. And so it's just like a vibe. I feel like I'm like an intergalactic vibe. I don't know if it's supposed to be intergalactic. That's how what I pick up. But could you talk about some of the people you collaborated with, or could you maybe shout them out? Who you
One thing though I want to add with the album, and David doing most of the production. Of course, I'll name like the other people, but he made most of those beats at his crib. I recorded everything there. And then like towards the end of the album when we was wrapping it up, he also had to give this computer back that he's been using from his old job and shit. So we were just like, yo, that's crazy. And then he had to like move out. So it was just kind of like, I don't know, we just had an experience. And now, you know, the computer is like gone, you know.
Wow. So he
I mean, he still has his own laptop, but he made a lot of beats on there, basically.
On the computer so he was using a computer from his job, and he made most of the album off that, and now he had to return it.
Right, he had to return it. Yeah, so it kind of feels, I feel like in that moment I kind of knew that's when the album was done. And it was just so funny because it's just like, I don't know.
It's like symbolism.
It sounds like the album, like you're in space, you kind of don't know what you're doing, you're just doing shit. And then you look back and you just see whatever you left behind and you're like, oh, okay. Like, so a lot of laughing during this album, like a lot of songs that we didn't like completely understand, but we made it. Some stuff was intentional. But yeah, we just kept building it. But the features I got on there is Kendra from Blue Moon. Shout out to her. Tasi, Beans and Rice, or AKA Gavilan.
Yes.
Who else I got on there? Mia. She just moved to LA as well, so shout out to her.
Hey.
Yeah, she's also a dope musician. Who else is on there? Lynn is doing some vocals on there as well.
Lynn is amazing on there.
Yeah.
Always, every time y'all collab, it's like beautiful.
I definitely want to, just keep collabing with her. Just like anytime it feels natural and stuff like that.
Sorry,
she just stepped out of and cut off.
It says card is full.
Oh shit.
And we're back.
Yo, y'all seen Fool walk out the set like that?
I didn't even say anything. I need to work on that.
That's extra superstar right there. Like, if you could just walk off a set like that.
So,
came through with the side bun. You feel me?
It's it's the artist messy bun.
It's giving. It's very much giving.
Artists can do stuff like that. They can just throw it up.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the collaborations on the album?
Yes, like I was saying before, we got Kendra from Blue Moon, Tasi, Gavilan, Lynn. Who else we got on there? Mia. She just moved to LA, like I was saying. So shout out to her. Who else we got on there? I think that's it. I feel like we got a few skits, like little appearances by my homies, Krudas, you know. So their spirit is on there as well.
I was thinking that was them.
Even just like people associated with HYAH and stuff like that. Tanner, Brandon on the drums, you know. He did produce a joint on there as well. I feel like that was the only song not recorded at David's house. Or maybe it was, but I know he made the beat at his house. We was at his house. Super late night, just up, making like some, I don't know, just like in the moment type shit. But it was like this vibe, you know, because we was in quarantine. So it sounds like dark, but you come into some type of light, or you just still like in this, you just floating, like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's about to happen, but, and it sounds like real South, like, that song was just on. I was like, yo, this shit sounds like,
it does.
Very, like, Pimp C-ish, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say that and some Outkast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Outkast, for sure.
And so, yeah, 2 different parts of the South. You're getting the Texas, and you're getting, it had some elements of Outkast. ATL.
I feel like I don't be getting enough credit from that, because I still be giving my little South references, you know, in my joints. But people wouldn't know outside looking in that I'm like from the South, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Most people think I'm like from the East Coast or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you know, I guess that's a compliment too, but I still be like, yo, I'm really from Texas.
And you be in the lyrics, you let them know.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
you mentioned that several times.
I can see why too. You know, I like a lot of East Coast stuff as well, so it's like a mixture.
Putting Austin on the map.
Why you say that, bro?
No, because we gotta put Austin on the map, and you got this. You know, I feel like this is a classic album with amazing Austin artists, and you're putting Austin on the map. And this album's very raw. The sound is very raw, and it's just nice to hear so many amazing Austin artists produce or create this collaborative raw album.
Yeah, I guess I was just laughing because, like, not that that's always being said, but it just has like this like funny ass stigma to it. Like, I'll put Austin on the map, like in the short film, which y'all should go check out. No Sleep, No Breaks. You know, that's kind of quoted in there a few times, just about, I don't know, but I feel like here is like kind of like a prayer, an artist's prayer. In a way,
but you didn't say it. I said it as an outsider. No, as an outsider consuming your music, I'm like, oh snap, putting us on the map. So I feel you though.
Yeah, that's not like the craziest goal, but
yeah,
I see what you mean. I see what you're saying. It's still just funny as hell. No matter where you're from.
Yeah, to say
you're just like, yeah, I'm putting it on the map.
I mean, I'm just saying, because like Austin, a lot of people think of like live music capital of the world and like blues and rock, but there's like so many dope. The hip hop scene is beautiful here. And,
I agree.
Yeah, so
I feel like really for a while, of course, because I'm from here, but like in the next coming years, I feel like Austin is really gonna like shine. Not that it hasn't. I feel like Austin is also like a underdog city in a way.
Yep.
Because there's still a lot of artists like getting nominated for Grammys or whatever like pinnacle people look at or looks or whatever the hell. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of people from Austin is putting in a lot of work outside of, you know, rapping, singing, you know, just behind the scenes stuff. It's like real hidden here. You got to find like pockets of what you really vibe with. Because some people think it's non-existent. Like, I feel like there's still like a lot of artists I haven't heard.
Yeah.
That I know I would like, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not, but I just know there's still like a lot of folks, you know.
Yeah, there's so many
doing their
people.
thing.
There's so many people that I discover here, and they all sound amazing. Everybody's sound is different too. Austin's like a gym, like like you said, it's kind of like an underdog, and it's a gym.
Right.
But
and even people just come in here to film shit.
Oh yeah.
I feel like, yeah, the city is growing, getting bigger. Like, yeah, it has its negatives, but I don't know, as far as like creativity, depending on like I said, what you gravitate towards, who you like, you know, you just gotta find it. It's like digging, looking for a vinyl. But
that's a nice line right there.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but I don't know. Yeah, Austin is like a gym, but I feel like it's gonna be more of an eye here, like in Dallas and Houston and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. Tell me why you decided to release the album on your birthday, and what is your what is your hope for the album, and your goal, or what you would like to see?
Man, I was supposed to drop this album like maybe a few times. I feel like I didn't push it back too many times, but at least like a good few. And I feel like that's what the album was feeling like too. Like, we gotta get out of this, you know, like release basically what we had been consuming for the past 2 years. But we also was just talking about new plans about it. And like I said, adding shit and taking stuff out, stuff like that. Shooting videos. And I feel like that's kind of always my quarter, like first quarter. There's been a few of my albums where I drop on my birthday. So I was like, I guess I'll keep it a little traditional instead of trying to drop at the end of the year. Yeah, and it feels good. Like, why not?
Yeah, starting off.
Drop, on my birthday.
Yeah, starting off the new year, dropping like a project is dope. So that's cool, and I'm excited for you. Do you have, talk about like your plan on how to market the album? Because being an artist and being an independent artist, it's important to have your business side down. And so talk about like how you plan to like market the album, and how you navigate business as an independent artist.
I don't want to call it cliche, but I'm a real big fan of word of mouth. Making connection, doing things spontaneous, you know, like planning, but not planning at the same time. But I do a lot of, just like brainstorming about ideas and stuff like that. Just like what video I want to release, or how I'm feeling this day. I may make a new song and be like, I want to do a video to this. Drop it. But so I'm really inspired by that. But I have a few like things coming like as we get closer to the album that, will be released and stuff like that.
Music videos, or do you not want to say it?
I won't say it just yet, but definitely videos as well. But I think most importantly, I just want to put the music out.
Okay.
And I feel like during this time as well, I've just been creating so many other songs as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, okay, what project am I at right now? Even though I put a lot of time and effort into this one. But I just always be on like some new shit.
That's
so
good.
I'm just like, oh, okay. But I am loving the songs that I'm about to put out and, you know, creating. But yeah, I don't know. You just have to wait and see on some things. But of course, like creating all platforms, you know, Distro Kid.
What is Distro
But I
Kid?
also want to launch my website as well during that time and just drop more exclusives.
Okay, I have 2 questions. For people who don't know, what is Distro Kid and how do you distribute your music?
Distro Kid is basically where you can basically upload unlimited music. It's like a distribution company.
And so your music will be available on Spotify, Apple Music, but Tidal.
Yeah, it'll be on all those platforms, but I also want to do something a little different.
On your website?
Yeah, before it comes.
Oh, okay. So you'll drop exclusive stuff on your website.
Right.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I think that like makes people.
Because I feel like we all know we're not making mad bread off streaming, you know. So I think, yeah, it's just time to do it in different ways.
Yeah, no, that's it's so like kind of
where
having
you really collecting your coin.
Yeah, and having your own like hub, your own kind of autonomy, your own distribution platform, which would be your own website.
Because albums are expensive as well, like included with the rollout. You know, that takes funding as well, depending on how you want to do it. But so it's like to do all that and not really get paid off streaming like that. It's just like, but of course, artists, our genuine side, we like, of course, we want to give you, we want to give. So, but at the same time, it's like, nah.
When you and if you're still,
you gotta pay for something.
Yeah, and if you're still planning this out, that's fine. But when you say like releasing exclusives on your website, are you thinking about like charging people for your music and your albums just through your website, as opposed to just having your stuff on streaming platforms?
Right. Kind of like my own Bandcamp.
Gotcha.
Basically.
That's great. That's great.
So I'm excited about that. Shout out to Lee for designing the website for me. So yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm ready to start making more just like one-on-one, you know, like tees, t-shirts, you know, keep screen printing, doing new things.
So we can buy merch and music on your website that's coming out pretty soon.
Right.
Nice. How, you talked about this a little bit when we first got started. You said you started kind of writing out this album in 2019. Can you talk more about like creating music during the pandemic and during the beginning of it, and how it impacted you, and in any way if it did?
Trying to go back 2019. End of 2019, early 2020. Yeah, I feel like me and David was in the single phase, just dropping singles. So we were just kind of playing off that, doing like little videos, bouncing ideas back and forth. And then I went to Cuba like the beginning of that year, 2020. Yeah, because it was before the pandemic. Did that for my birthday, came back February. Then we was like doing mad shows too. And just like making different sets and adding songs. So that was really fun as well. And then, yeah, once the pandemic hit, we was like, we still want to make songs and still want to do like little snippets and skits, but make them feel like more than just the song. Maybe like a feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it kind of naturally happened. Like I would go to David's crib and sometimes he will already have something made, like he had been like working on it that day or maybe a few days prior, and I'll be like, okay, I fucks with this. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, I feel like it's a challenge because a lot of the beats are like non-traditional, I guess you could say, from what I'm used to. So yeah, it made me kind of flow more and just like match his energy in a way.
Nice. I feel
so
like I
yeah.
picked that up on it when I'm listening to it. Can you talk about the title and why you chose that?
Yo.
Can you talk about why you chose the title "Broken Communication from the Outer Rim"?
This wasn't the title at first. I think this was like a song title or something like that. We kept switching the title. At first it was gonna be like "Leave to the Sun" because I thought that like a friend had said that while we were talking one night, and it was like, no, that was totally you that said that whole line or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's the title. Ran with that for a minute. Then it changed again. And then for the third time, we decided to name it that, Broken Communication. Because like you said, it just sounded like the record. Because some songs are like distorted or like very spacey, or but still hip hop as well. Giving me a lot of like gym class heroes and the Roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just even natural moments of my friends talking and singing or playing like the piano in the background. Yeah, there's just little sprinkles of the album I just wanted to have in there because I feel like that's what I was experiencing. Maybe not every single day, but in that moment, if I felt like something needed to be recorded, or I just so happened to have because I posted it already, or just using somebody's voice, you know, on something. Yeah, I was like, I want to add that.
I have 2 questions. I'm going to just say both of them just so I remember them. But first, this album sounds very different from your other albums. And so, like, if you could talk about that. And then the second question is you can answer this later, but how do your process of how you release music? Because I feel like you release a lot of music, or you're like very consistent, and like each year you've been dropping really quality albums. And some artists, some people are scared to release music. But first, this album sounds different from your other albums. So like, you talk about how like that you're kind of like multi-dimensional because you have different sounds. So
compared to this album, yeah, just kind of like what I was saying about meeting up with David and him just like creating, or me being there with him and me like writing while he's making something or playing keys or just playing the horn. And sometimes he'll just leave it at that because he is kind of a hoarder in a good way. So he'll just have like bad shit, and we'll go back to it, and I'm like, yo, we definitely gotta use that. Like, that shit is hard. Like, there's so many joints on there where I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. I got to get on here. Like, or even if it's just him singing, I'm like, yo, if you want to just get on here and sing, just do your thing. But I get like being precise and wanting everything to look right, but I'm also inspired by artists that the focus is not so much on that. You just like, okay, I'm gonna get a camcorder.
Yeah.
Set up here.
Yeah.
Edit it myself.
Yeah.
You know, learn a new skill and put it out. Yeah. You know, so I feel like for me personally, it just feels like that's a big way of me knowing how to communicate, because sometimes I feel like I'm not the greatest at just like, you know, conversation and speaking out and shit like that. But I feel like in rap form, I got it. I can do it. Or it's fun. It's like a puzzle. So I forgot what the question was. But yeah, that I feel like that's what I pulled from. And being challenged production wise, I'm like, okay, I gotta step it up. Like, David wasn't telling me that, but I was just like, yeah, I've been wanting to do something different. You know, I like other shit outside of rap. So, but I still always wanted to keep it that as well, hip hop. Yeah.
It's cool I like when, it's cool when artists can express themselves in different ways, because sometimes people will hear an artist and hear one sound and think like that artist should just stay in that lane and not venture or switch up their styles. So it's kind of cool, like, to hear you like switch up your style in different ways. So that's kind of like refreshing.
I like how artists too still keep it the same in a way. Like, I always want to hear Snoop, you know, on the West Coast type of vibe, or him just talking the way he talk, or Crit. I like when he do, like when he talks about his rims. Like, a lot of people be tired of him talking about that, but that's not all he talks about. But you know, just kind of keep it, like, keep your wits, you know, of why people like you.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that's important too, to also keep what people got introduced to you as throughout your time as well. At least that's what I'm a fan of. I like that. I like that reminiscent, like, oh, he rapping like, or she rapping like 98, you know, like Miseducation type shit. So I don't know.
That was a good point you made. Talk about how you're like, talk about like, I don't know how to phrase the question, but basically, like I said earlier, you drop a lot of music and you're consistent with it. And can you talk about like how you consistently drop music?
At first I was like, I don't know if I want to say this on camera, but I'll just say it to be honest. I wouldn't say it's like my top reason, but one of the reasons for sure is like, I mean, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I want people to have something with them, you know. On top of the love, like, I have love for it. Like, there's been many times where I've been like, I ain't trying to do this, you know, get older. Just like that thought is always creeping up. I feel like on any artist, no matter what you're doing, when you've been doing it for a while. But I don't know, it's just like the love, I don't know. It sounds cliche, but like the love and the fun, you know, that, I don't know, it kind of takes you back to your imagination, your manifestations, and
doing it for the love of it brings like energy to your life. It keeps you like going and motivated and inspired. And so I always get like inspired when I hear a lot of the rappers I used to listen to when I was younger still dropping projects like consistently. Or even if I didn't listen to them, I know who they are and they have their audience and they're constantly dropping music. Like Eminem's always dropping an album. Immortal Technique. Tech 9. Look, I'm getting names mixed up. Tech 9.
But I think he still drops stuff too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Him. They're all like they have their own, you know, niche.
Right. And then when you see like you're inspiring others in this whole other way, like that's that connection you can't really buy or get famous off of.
Royce the 5'9".
Yeah.
He's like everybody stays dropping their music.
Yeah. And even just like being the change you want to see. Like I remember watching this Sam Cooke documentary and just like, you know, kind of how he started off just making songs, but still, you know, had this conscience in a way, but he just felt like he was just talking about life. And then just like how he got taken out, or just even Billie Holiday, her wanting to sing about certain things and like just being harassed, you know, for just expression, self-expression. So I think about people like that was really trying to make change in the world with their talent. Or even just people in my life, friends, anybody that I connected with. Yeah, just seeing their experience and being like, yeah, I want to write about this, or let's make a film and this has never been seen, or this has never been talked about, never been written about. So yeah.
Okay. Let me get my questions.
Oh.
We've answered a lot of them. We kind of talked about this, but like one of the last questions I have, and then we can talk about other things if you want, is what are you looking forward to in the future? Obviously, your album's dropping on your birthday, January 27th, and so you'll be pushing that, and you're also working on new music because you're constantly working on music. So what are you looking forward to?
I'm definitely investing in a van this year. I'm already putting that into the universe.
A van?
A van.
Oh, a van. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a big goal of mine this year that I'm excited about. And always film stuff. I always feel like I always say, like, yeah. Just really diving into that for real, and like how we was talking too behind the scenes about editing and me understanding that it is tedious. Like I've edited some things, but yeah, experiencing still just like, oh my God, this is, but I want to get it done.
Yeah,
You know?
And it's like you said, like trying new things and developing new skills, and not everything doesn't have to be like perfect and everything. Like Russ, he just edited a video on his own and dropped it and just put it up, and it's like doing stuff like that, just like trying out new skills, learning new skills, and just like dropping stuff and not having to wait on nobody. It's like
For
something
sure.
I'm very big about.
For sure. I love that mentality too. Like even with Pac, when he wanted to release the Machiavelli, he wanted that whole album to be like raw, like no mix or master.
Oh, for real?
He was like, I just want to create this album in this amount of time and release it on some mixtape shit. So yeah, I just always thought about that and his work ethic too. That's another reason why I release how I release, is because of that type of mentality of him saying like, I want to just create as much as possible, but I understand like we do deserve to rest and, you know, live life so you can have something to talk about in a way too. But yeah, just that work ethic I'm always a fan of. So
what is your goal with the van? Like, are you gonna be traveling in it, or?
Yeah, I definitely want to travel. Yeah, just go back out of state, go back out of the country again. But with COVID and all that, I don't know how that's gonna happen. So it kind of is bringing me back to 2020 mode, where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of gonna have to sit down. Not that I wasn't sitting down, but since I went through this, I'm feeling a little prepared but at the same time, like, just different feelings of, yeah, all of it. Like, wanting to move around, but you can't really how you want to. You know, you got to get a test probably before you see who you're trying to see. At least that's how I've been.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just gives me a lot of anxiety as well. But lots of hope, because I feel like I'm always, like, in that vibe as well, but can also get in my head and be like, oh, shit, like, I'm feeling kind of stuck. I don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah. Everything's always changing. So, and everybody's figuring this out together. It's very, like, different times. So it's like sitting down, but then also wanting to get up and do things.
Right.
You gotta, like, navigate it differently. So I completely understand. So, and then I know, and so yeah, who knows? But, like, I know in the future tours are happening right now.
Right.
But it's navigating that and doing it like a certain way. I know you talked about doing like outside shows and stuff.
Right. Because I don't want to put people in danger as well. Like, I feel like I'm not just thinking about myself when it comes to gatherings and stuff like that. I feel like I was fortunate enough to do a listening party back in November. But I feel like the spike wasn't as crazy as now is, I guess. But yeah, it still was like, you know, pretty safe and, you know, had a good time. But yeah, it's like still, even with that in my head planning that, I still had to be like, okay, I'm taking a chance.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Or
oh my gosh.
You mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you do a lot of different things. And so if you could talk about some of the other things you do, like you want to get into more filming and acting and producing, screen printing. You can talk about your screen printing.
Oh, let me put this out.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've always been a fan of movies because of my grandma. She was a real big fan of like action, thriller, some horror stuff, but she likes a lot of action packed type stuff. And she was very adamant on like knowing who the characters were and like actors' names and who edited and who directed it. She'd always be like, yeah, that's important to know. Like, if somebody asks you, you need to know.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, so, like, why? But it kind of naturally happened. Like, I naturally started doing that. My mom, too, had, like, a bunch of movies as well. And just, like, being a fan of Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, like, artists that had, like, these really cool videos. Just being really into that. So yeah, I'm gonna skip high school because I didn't get into movie stuff in high school. But I remember writing my first script in high school, in my English class. And there was this dude, I don't know if I believe him to this day. He was like, yeah, I went to high school with Spike Lee. Or like college or something like that.
Okay.
I guess he was there in some after school program.
Okay.
Like he was helping people how to like help us write a screenplay.
Yeah.
Or like the basics.
Yeah.
I forgot what his name was, but I don't know if he was really saying that or not. I ain't trying to flex that. But I remember him saying that to me. But outside of that, because he wasn't like bragging about him.
Yeah.
He was very like cool with like the movie shit and just giving me free game.
Free game.
So I was like, okay, I can create my own story then. So I did that for like my English class, and then really too, once we did No Sleep No Breaks, and I saw how that kind of worked in a short amount of time, I was like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
this on some Friday shit.
Yeah.
But like
Period.
way more low budget and lesser time.
We didn't have no money.
Yeah, he had $2 million.
Yeah. I just
So-
saw that too.
No,
But-
we did not have that.
We didn't have, but it's still a classic Austin film. No Sleep, No
Right.
Breaks on YouTube and on Facebook. Find it. No Sleep, No Breaks.
Right, but just like the vibe we was in around that time, just like, let's just create something. Of course, we was trying to enter into a contest, but it still was just like, and knowing the amount of time we had, it just made us like, yeah, like really create something. So yeah, I feel like we wrote it together or we exchanged stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you was pretty knowledgeable on cameras and sound, and
Yeah.
but we
it's
also
just-
had help too.
Yeah,
It
we
wasn't
had some
just
help.
us.
Yeah.
you know,
my
type
brother,
thing.
our friends.
Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Silvercell.
They helped with that film.
Man, and we said
But-
we're gonna do another one. I need to get on the script.
Yeah, we got to do part 2. Like, it's only right.
And it'll be a full movie this time. Like a
It's only right.
feature film.
Right. Get up on that Hulu though.
Yeah, it'll be on Hulu.
Yo,
we talked about this
we
should be a
putting that
strip
out
club
there.
Scene? Like,
A
didn't
strip club.
Didn't we talk about like there should be like a strip club scene? This was
In the
like 2
first
years
movie?
ago. No, for the feature film we're gonna do. We talked about like something happening in the strip. I don't know. We got notes.
I do not remember that, but that's hilarious, bro.
Oh man, it's gonna be fire.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, but no, I'm ready to do more film projects, so I'm
Yeah.
talking about it. Anybody want to fund No Sleep, No Breaks, the feature film, just hit us up. All right.
Please do hit that DM.
Um,
But yeah, once I got after that, I was like, yo, I can keep doing this.
yeah,
It was like challenges along the way,
yeah.
but yeah, I'd definitely do it again. So,
You're a good actor too.
and keep telling new stories too. So, why not?
Yep.
So,
You were the short film. You gave it to me. You gave me the script. Remember we were thinking about that was a really good short film. It's like this girl
for the
you're
part
dating,
2, oh, that
That was a
one,
different project.
yeah, dang, yeah, that was a whole nother vibe. But I feel like it was cool though.
It was good. It was good.
It was a cool little,
It was a good script.
totally different from No Sleep, No Breaks, but
Yeah, it was a good script though.
it was more of like a love vibe.
We gotta just get on our Tyler Perry, just release them, start dropping
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Independent, and just like put it on the site. And people
If COVID wasn't crazy, I would be down to do plays too, because I've done a few
yeah.
plays
yeah,
when
Plays
I
are
was
intimate.
younger. Yeah, that's a lot more like live, like
in the moment, intimate plays are great.
right, spot on, spotlight on your ass, But maybe not all the time, but plays is cool too. I like it. But definitely more films.
Yeah,
More little shorts.
yep,
There's like so many on YouTube now.
yeah.
Like
you
even
said-
little horror ones. Like the ones I sent you, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
yo, like this is so ridiculous. Like Fum would have like went crazy on this idea.
Oh my god, both of us.
But some are good though. So and I'm just like, yo, but they out there though.
Yeah, they putting them out there.
So I think
Man.
that's cool.
It's being able to create and like not have to go through a company like back in the day. You can just like
Right.
create something on your phone. Like right now we're using a phone and like 2 cameras. Well, actually, this camera's memory card's full. That camera might be on. I don't know, but it's like
Right.
we just raw in the moment. Like it don't have to be perfect.
They're
Back in
cut
the-
off on us.
Yeah, back in the day, I was like, I'd be freaking out, like, no. But now I'm like, I don't care. Just put the content out there. This
Right.
is
Right.
raw stuff, and just us being our true selves, just talking. So, yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
thank you for even being down with talking to me. Like, I feel like we've known each other forever now. So I'm always excited about stuff you do, you know, like you've been an inspiration as well, like since forever. That's why I was just like, yeah.
You've been an
Do
inspiration.
you
to
do
me.
music videos?
Oh man,
No, you should take that up.
yeah. Our first flame, man, that video was
Yo,
fire. Oh, that was, such
that
a
was
good
like a
song.
little mini movie too, like with the little actresses.
Oh yeah, they
you know.
was popping in and out. One take.
That first version though,
Yeah.
do you still have it?
I don't know. It might be on a hard drive somewhere.
You have to find it.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
And
Yeah,
send
we
it.
did
Or
I'm gonna have
something,
to
I don't
check
know.
My hard drives. That'll be. Hopefully, I usually don't delete anything, so, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But no, you're inspiration to me as well, and I'm always like looking forward to your new projects, and I always love working together. So this is us working together
Again.
and so we're just gonna continue to work together. Movies coming, man. So.
Bringing others up with us, you know. So if you act, do lights, film, all that. We making our own soundtracks too.
Period.
So
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
Broken communication from the outer rim
From the outer rim.
coming to you January 27th, Blakchyl's birthday. Listen to the album, cop the album. You said the website's coming soon as well.
Yes, yes,
How
ma'am.
can people find you?
Anything Blakchyl, Blakchyl, Instagram, Twitter, every blue moon. But I be saying little stuff on there, you know.
TikTok?
It ain't been that long. I do have a TikTok, but I don't be on there like that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, YouTube, Blakchyl. Check out all the videos and shorts, and yeah, shout out to everybody that I'm working with and connecting with, and that's been helping me every step of the way because I don't have a team, I don't have a manager, so yeah, I can't always just do it myself. So yeah, just shout out to everybody that's helped me out throughout the years, all the way up to now. Like even the new folks, new artists, new people that I met that's like really been willing to like help me, you know, in some type of way, even if it's not like money wise or, you know, advice or film, feature, whatever, you know, when they can, for sure. So I'm appreciative and grateful
It's a village.
for the village. You know what I'm saying? Until then, it's just me. No manager, no team. But a tribe, family. You know what I mean?
Tribe, a family, a village.
Yeah.
Man, and you doing the dang thing.
Girl, till I'm like
I'm about to say something.
70, maybe 70. I'll stop at 70.
Yeah, right. Like Snoop Dogg just dropped the album.
Right.
I think. Like I love
Right.
it. I love people just like creating like you don't have to be like, all right, I'm 35. Look, I'm not far from 35, but like I'm 35.
Right.
I can't rap no more. Like no, you can just keep dropping music and keep creating music. Like
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like imagine hip hop without Snoop.
yeah,
And like remembering when his kids were young and stuff, I'm like, yo, I'm old, bro. Like they're adults now, and I don't know, just like what he brought in general, just like
yeah. Snoop.
I even saw LL Cool J is like dropping something.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
Back in the day, everybody was like, because you remember Jay-Z was like, he kept saying he was retiring. Because I
Yeah.
think they're like, okay, once you're like in your late 30s or something, you can't like be doing music anymore. And it's like, no one's like saying they're retiring anymore.
right.
Even Logic said he was retiring, and now he's still dropping music.
Right. Who else that I saw was dropping something? Or he already dropped something. Big Boy from Outkast.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is
With Sleepy Brown. So it's always cool to like see like the icons still just dropping shit.
Everybody.
Method Man, he's still out here rapping crazy. Redman, like they be on some features that I'm just like, yo, like it's like they never left. Like they just rapping like,
Yep.
they'll just do it.
Yeah.
If they was here, they just, you know, kick a little freestyle.
Yeah, they're still doing shows.
Yeah.
I really like, you know, verses because, you know, Bone Thugs, who they go against?
3-6 Mafia.
3-6 Mafia. That was cool. And like, it was some drama. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's like people are out here still doing shows, still dropping new music. Like it doesn't matter what age you are, just like you got love for something and you want to create, and like your audience will be there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, for sure. So
cool. All right, Blakchyl, Fumi,
Fum
we
Boom.
out. Fum Boom. All right. I don't know what this little thing is. Hey,
This is the West Side.
I was just doing random stuff.
Make sure y'all be on the lookout for Limbo. I shot and recorded an EP in LA this past summer. So make sure y'all look out for that. Shout out to Dez the Villain, we got a project. And shout out Magna Carta, because we got a project as well. So in the meantime, listen to the EP. Make sure y'all tune in January 27th. Communication from the Outer Rim. Blakchyl, January 27th, 2022. What it is, what it ain't. Yo, I go by the name of Blakchyl. Shout out to Sahar Studios. Shout out to Raheem too on the hat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you know, everybody, the East Side. Yeah, thank y'all.